Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the recent Gardner Webb's baseball coach, Jim Kester. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Brandon. Thank you for having me on today.
That's good. Can you talk about your experience coaching in baseball?
Yeah, it's been an outstanding experience. I've been extremely blessed to where I've been able to be a head coach at pretty much every level. I was a junior college head coach, Division III, Division II, and now Division I. So, it's been a great journey, and I think there's a lot more left in the tank, and it's like I said, it's been great, and it's been a great experience to kind of started. I hate to say the bottom because there's really good junior college baseball, but it's as far as the levels go, it was great to start that way and then get to the top of our profession, which is Division I baseball.
Where are some of the schools that you've coached before?
I got my first head coaching job at Mercyhurst Northeast. That's a Division II junior college in the northeastern part of Pennsylvania. Northwestern part. That's Erie. Area of Pennsylvania. I was the head coach there, and it's been kind of bittersweet where the school actually closed here recently. So it's kind of tough. It was tough to swallow that one because that's the place that gave me my break. From there, I ended up at Penn State Greater Allegheny. It's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's in my hometown, actually, in the Keysport area. And I was there for 7 years as a head baseball coach, and then held a bunch of titles. I was part-time to start. Then I became the admissions counselor. Then I was the director of athletics there for 5 years. So there I made a move to Lock Haven University, Division II institution in central Pennsylvania. From there, I was there for 3 seasons. And then there, my wife and I wanted to get to some warmer weather. So we were lucky enough to land the job at Barton College, Division II in Wilson, North Carolina. And then I was there for 2 seasons, and the Lord opened a door here at Gardner Webb, and here I am now.
Can you talk about your experience at Barton College?
Yeah, awesome experience. Loved Wilson. Our family loved Wilson. Had no intentions of making a move. It's just, again, sometimes these doors open that unexpectedly, and just had to go and had to take advantage of it. Barton was a great experience. I think one of the best things that happened to me at Barton was that I got hired in late November, early December of 2017, and didn't have a fall with our guys, had nothing, and I just kind of showed up and then I had to start, just a couple weeks of practice and play a season. And, we went 12-36 our first year. So it was definitely a different experience than I've had. And I'm going to, but it was also probably at the end of the day, the best experience. It showed what the value of a fall is, how much development, how much cohesiveness, how much it means to have a fall season. And, in a year, we went from 12-36 to our second season. We were, I believe, 31-19, I think, or 31-20, and finished second in Conference Carolina. So it was an awesome turnaround. It was the one of the biggest in Division II history, and then the largest turnaround of all of Division II last year. So it was an awesome experience, and the hard work of everybody involved allowed an opportunity for me to move on, and they're going to be awesome. Coach Keith Gorman's there now. He's a stud. They're going to go well above and beyond, and they're going to be a really serious force to be reckoned with in Conference Carolinas moving forward.
That's pretty impressive that you did all that in 1 year.
Thank you.
Can you talk about what you are planning to achieve at Gardner Webb as their new baseball coach?
Yeah, so I was really lucky to follow in the footsteps of Coach Rusty Strapp, who was there 17 years and was just an awesome coach, mentor, person who I've been blessed to formulate a relationship with, pretty strong one too, and that's not common. It's not common at all. I didn't have much of a relationship the last previous stops with the previous coaches. And even though that was high on my agenda. It didn't really happen. But this, you know, Coach Strapp and I have been able to form this relationship. And, Coach Strapp, just, one day had that, I've heard a lot of guys talk about, just had that day they woke up and knew the Lord told them it's time to hang him up. And, he's explained to me that day definitely comes, and you'll know when it does. And, but he, did a great job with the program. My job is to see, they've always been extremely competitive in the Big South, and have been in the upper half of the Big South and a lot of occasions. My job is to see if we can maybe take it to the next step and see if we can, we want to win a Big South championship, and we want to get into NCAA regionals, and we want to do some things along those lines. So we're really excited about, where we're going forward. In a lot of ways, we've got a lot of improvements going on, facility-wise, roster-wise, just a lot of different things, and just really excited about the future, and just excited to, for the challenge at hand.
Can you talk about the recruitment process, moving to a different school, and how challenging it is?
Yeah, you know what? It is. It's definitely challenging. I think baseball is one of those sports that's different than football and basketball, where there's a lot of overlap, meaning in a lot of ways that really good Division II players or can be really good players at the level we're at, Division I, in my opinion. So, trying to figure out the right person to recruit, and also, too, that every school has a niche. Right. So like the type of kid you maybe recruit to Barton, you don't recruit to Gardner Webb, or vice versa, or there is some similarities, but different angles and different things. And that's not something you walk in and just you find out that first day. I mean, it takes a little bit of time, takes a little bit of, maybe trial and error on some end. So we're excited about, trying to figure that out and really finding the right player for what we need to do. Is recruiting different? Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's about relationships. I don't care if you're, at any level, whatever it might be, or recruiting or anything. It's all about the relationships you have with certain coaches. It's all about the relationships you have with the players and their families, and throughout that process. So that at the end of the day, like again, that's the most important thing. So, but like you said, we got some challenges ahead of us, and we're gonna keep clawing away, and as soon as our dead period ends, which fingers crossed, obviously as long as we're safe and we're able, we're gonna head out August 1 and try to find some more running Bulldogs.
How hard is it to get players that you recruited from Barton to transfer over to Gardner Webb?
Yeah, it's first off, that's not something that we've even tried to do. Like I just, I was a firm believer, when those young men, were at Barton, like that's, they chose Barton because of, I hope our coaching staff played a piece in that, that we're a reason, that they would come. But, so I've always made it very, 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 important in their decision process that it's, hey, listen, you're picking here because of the school, because of the location, and a lot of different things. And again, we're a little bit of a trek across the state, and so everywhere that I've left, that has not been the, I haven't really tried to recruit the players from the previous institution. That's not a piece to what I'm trying to do.
What is the recruitment process like with the whole coronavirus? Are you doing more virtual recruiting?
Yeah, every day. It's crazy. It's a ton of video. There's a ton of some things coming up. Division I's, like I said, we're done till August 1st at least. So we can't have camps. We can't do anything. So we're watching events online, doing some things like there's just a lot of different stuff that's going on. We've done a lot of FaceTime tours. We've done a lot of different things to help us, get where we need to be as far as a program. So again, I'm not calling it old school, but we're not jumping and recruiting too many or committing too many guys until we can get them on campus and we can see them in some different things. And I think this year there'll be a lot of good players left in the fall, and we'll be okay with that. We're excited. We're excited about, the next group of young men coming in, but this is definitely throwing a wrench into the schedule, but, it is what it is, and it needs to be done. And, I'm just really hoping that, we're going to get back to some more normalcy here in the next coming months.
What do you look to accomplish at Gardner Webb?
Well, we were really hoping that, we can recruit young men, make an impact on them, academically, spiritually, and then also athletically. Really believe if we can develop that kind of culture where we have a chance to compete for championships. So that's really what we want to do on a day-to-day basis, is really grow in those three areas, and then and be able to prepare our young men to go out and compete for championships. That's really what's being accomplished. I'm not going to sit here and say we want to get to Omaha, we want this many regionals, this many Big South championships. We just want to compete on a championship level and do it the right way. And I'm excited. I'm excited to try to get the program to do that.
Is there anything that you're looking in recruiting athletes, what they have?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, what's really important is, we first and foremost, the first thing that we do when we identify a young man is, we go to his Instagram. That's really important. I think, what's the old adage? A picture can tell you 1,000 words. It really does. So, I mean, it's important. Those are some things where, we just want to see what's going on, and that it'll tell you a lot of what's going on with the young man, and how he, his makeup, his character, different things like that. Those are really important. Into some baseball stuff, it's kind of boring, but they're I mean, there's obviously black, can't look for in base player, but the character wise and academically is definitely, it's extremely important. It's not, in fact, it's the most important.
What advice would you give upcoming college recruits going on to the next level?
Could you repeat that?
What advice would you give upcoming college recruits going on to the next level?
Yeah, absolutely. I would tell all the young men and women out there that are aspiring, to move on or are moving on next year, just, you can get ahead of the schedule here a little bit, even though, I know in our sport, like you're not able to play, right? Like, so we're not playing games and different things aren't going on. But, a big part of what the transition is in college is the amount of contests that you play in a season go up, the amount of practices and strength conditioning sessions, and just the overall commitment to your sport gets much bigger, moving on to the next level. So I've challenged a lot of different athletes in some of these calls, and just general conversation is to, do everything you can to get your body in the best place possible, get yourself in a position to where you can, be ready to come in physically and mentally, be at your best to come out and compete. So that's what's that's my advice.
Where can my listeners find you at, Coach Chess?
The best way to find me is on probably Twitter and Instagram, and also, I mean, I guess my people call me an old guy because I use Facebook, but the on Twitter and Instagram, my handle is @Coach J Chester. So that's usually the best way to get information about our program. It's all about our Gardner Webb baseball, and then a few pictures of my kids sprinkled in there. So it's yes, that's the best way to probably connect.
Thank you again for your interview. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find us at YouTube on Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Coach Chester, for your interview.
No problem. Thank you. Good luck.